Western Australia's Pilbara region holds some of the most unique and diverse landscapes in Australia. It covers an area twice the size of Victoria and encompasses thousands of kilometres of the wildest coastline in the country. Iron-rich mountain ranges pierce the sky, and red gorges divide the land. It's home to some of Australia's most pristine environments. Yet it's also an economic powerhouse. And thanks to Outback Spirit, I'm about to give you a taste of it. G'day, I'm Frankie J. Holden, and welcome to another exciting Outback Spirit adventure deep into Australia's Wild West. And I can honestly tell you that I hold some very fond memories of this place deep in my heart. So it's going to be my pleasure to show you around one of Australia's most richly endowed and fascinating regions. It's called the Pilbara. We'll begin our journey in the historic seaside town of Broome and then head south on an incredible journey that will take us from Australia's economic powerhouse in Port Hedland out to the red ranges of Karijini National Park, then down the fascinating Coral Coast. First stop is Port Hedland. It's the largest tonnage port in Australia, and it's a sight to behold. They're massive, aren't they? You wonder how they keep afloat. Well, it's the iron ore that's in those boats that's been keeping our country afloat, economically speaking, for the last decade. Port Hedland's the tip of an economic iceberg that's been driven by the ranges, rich in iron ore over there to our east. And that's where we're heading, into that part of the world called the Pilbara. Well, those rugged red hills mark the start of Karijini National Park, and I'm very excited because I haven't been here in a while, and I reckon it's one of the best kept secrets in Australia. Not a lot of people get here because it's a long way from anywhere, and then I suppose, where are we going to stay? Well, with Outback Spirit, all those problems are solved. Unlike most people, we won't be camping. We'll be staying in a stunning eco-lodge. Well, the last time I was here, about 14 years ago, there was nowhere to stay. I'm pleased to say that's not the case now. All Outback Spirit guests stay at the Karijini Eco Retreat. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it's got everything you need. And it's got everything you want, like a restaurant that serves incredible food and something cold to wash it down with. It's the perfect base to explore the park, and that's what I'll be doing first thing in the morning. Karijini National Park has to be one of the most spectacular places in the country. It's a timeless land where the iron-rich hills of the Hamelin Range rise out of flat valleys and breathtaking gorges dissect the plains. And it all leaves you wondering, how on earth did all this form? I don't mean any disrespect to our learned geologists or to the Aboriginal beliefs, but what I think happened here is that millions of years ago, when it was a primordial ooze, a gigantic being came along and put down either his clawed foot or a big handprint into the mud, and it's dried over millions of years, and it's left us here with these fabulous 5 gorges. Well, that's my story. When you can come up with your own. The geologists have a different take on what's gone on around here. They reckon this was once seafloor 2.5 billion years ago. The seafloor was uplifted in the collision of continents, and over eons, erosion did the rest. The easiest way to get your head around what's happened here is to think about this. This water, which is a tributary of the Fortescue River, has over millions of years dribbled down this and made that. The scale here is breathtaking. And while this place may look rugged, it also offers peace and serenity. See, this is what I find so fascinating about these gorges. The grandeur is unbelievable. They were formed millions of years ago by some really fierce seismological event, and yet nestled in them are places like this. Heaven. It's just a wonderful place to contemplate nature. From here, we'll venture toward the coast, and the scenery is captivating. I'm heading towards the beautiful seaside town of Exmouth, and it's where the Cape Range National Park meets the World Heritage Ningaloo Reef. We'll spend a couple of nights here, and it's out of this world. Ningaloo's fringing reef is the longest in the world, spanning some 260 kilometres, and it's teeming with life. Just drifting over the Ningaloo Reef, a World Heritage Centre, incredible fish life, and all about 5 metres off the beach. It's remarkable, this place. Today I'm hoping to do something I've always dreamed of doing. You see, Ningaloo Reef is home to some incredible creatures, and it's the only place in Australia where you can swim with the largest fish in the sea. A short boat trip puts you about 2 kilometres off the coast, out past the reef and into the deeper water, where you have the opportunity to tick off one of my bucket list items anyway, dive with a whale shark. These majestic creatures travel here all the way from Indonesia and can weigh up to 21 tonnes. But despite their huge size, they are harmless filter feeders. That was awesome. He must have been about 5 metres maybe 6 metres, and he was just cruising along and he didn't have a care in the world. I wish I was a whale shark sometimes. Unbelievable feeling. The Ningaloo Reef and the Cape Range National Park are ultimate Australian destinations, and the ultimate way to experience them is with Outback Spirit. From here we're heading south once again towards another coastal paradise. This is Hamelin Pool in Shark Bay. It's one of the few places on Earth where you can meet the oldest living fossil on the planet. If you're at all interested in life on Earth, you could regard this as ground zero. You know, it struck me that this trip through the Pilbara is really a journey through time, because those big red mountains of iron ore out there in the Pilbara could not have been formed without the help of these living organisms at Hamelin Pool. The ancestors of these microbial mats began releasing oxygen into the world's oceans around 3 billion years ago, and that oxygen in turn reacted with dissolved iron in the sea to create an iron oxide. The rust fell to the sea floor for hundreds of millions of years, creating the huge deposits of iron ore that we take for granted in the Pilbara today. These seemingly innocuous mounds built mountains and filled our planet's atmosphere with oxygen. Incredible. Down the road a little way lies another iconic Australian destination that sits on the shores of the rich Shark Bay Marine Park. Monkey Mia has to be one of the most beautiful coastal destinations on Earth. The whole Shark Bay area is a pretty magical place. And most mornings here at Monkey Mia, something very magical happens. The dolphins of Monkey Mia are world famous, and they've been coming to this beach for as long as people can remember. Talking to you. Hello, Puck, how are you? Just an incredible feeling. He's beautiful. Oh. It's amazing you get so close, isn't it? It's an incredible feeling being so close to such an intelligent creature that's just as interested in us as we are in them. No one's quite sure where the name Monkey Mia comes from, but what I can tell you is Mia is an Aboriginal word for camp or resting place. And we do take some time here to have a bit of a breather on our Outback Spirit adventure, because the last thing you want when you're on a holiday is to be in a hurry. As I mentioned earlier, I already love this region, but I have to say doing it this time with Outback Spirit has taken that appreciation to a whole new level. They've perfected every aspect of the journey, from accommodation to the experiences. No one does the Pilbara like Outback Spirit. I've had a go at showing you just a few of the incredible things you'll see and do on the Outback Spirit Pilbara tour. But as you can imagine, a trip like this has to be lived to be truly appreciated. The Pilbara has to be one of the most intriguing parts of Australia. It's one of the oldest pieces of the planet, yet it's a biodiversity wonderland. Outback Spirit have redefined the art of outback travel with their innovative itineraries and exclusive destinations. And I wouldn't want to see the Pilbara any other way.